Welcome to Life Saving Victoria's Where Are They Now series, bringing you inspiring settlement stories from some of the many multicultural youth that have entered and graduated from our employment and settlement pathway over the last decade. We catch up with them again to find out more about their settlement into Australia and, of course, where are they now?
All right, welcome Emma. Thank you very much for coming into our session, Where Are They Now series. We are very pleased to have you on this session. I know that I've taken the same journey, but your journey is more inspiring and more motivating. You've got a totally different story, and I'm very excited to hear from you.
Thank you so
Why
much
don't you
for
just
having me here.
let's start with how old were you when you left Pakistan?
I think I was about 7.
7. Whose decision was to move or to go to Australia? Why Australia?
Well, I was so young back then. I didn't even know where we were going. Just that one day we had to pack up and leave, and I don't think back then it was Australia. It was just out of Pakistan and
Out of there,
somewhere safe. Yeah, but the guy who said he was going to take us somewhere, he just we were supposed to have a 3-day transit. I don't remember, 1 day or 3-day transit in Malaysia, and then from there on, I don't know where we're going. But apparently when we did get to Malaysia, that transit extended for about a year and then he disappeared.
So did you fly to Melbourne Airport or did you just come to Port Melbourne by boat?
Well, I wish we did come to Melbourne by flight, and it would have been really nice to arrive at Port Melbourne by boat. But no, so after 4 years, he appeared again saying that I can send you to Australia by boat. And then this time he put us on a boat from Malaysia to Indonesia and brought us to Indonesia and disappeared again.
Wow.
So this time we were in Indonesia for about 1 year.
Oh, okay.
One really long year, and then somebody organized a boat from, I think it was Surabaya, to somewhere in the middle of the ocean until the Australian Navy found us.
Right, okay. How long did it take you?
23 days.
23 days on a boat.
Yep.
Were you a very, very good swimmer? Could you swim to Christmas Island?
I could swim. The Australian custom boat dropped us at Christmas Island, and then we were there for about a month, and then we were sent to a detention center called Leonora in Western Australia. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever heard about it.
Yeah, I've spent some time in Leonora.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. So we were in Leonora for about, I think, 6 months or 7 months.
Okay.
And then we were taken to Adelaide.
Well, that's pretty much sums up your journey. Like, I mean, I can't even imagine of a female with so many kids. Is that 3 sisters and a brother?
4 girls and a boy.
4 girls and a boy. With a female traveling all the way from Pakistan to Malaysia, spending years on the way. It's just tremendous. It's extraordinary. I mean, I've taken the same way, but my journey was a lot smoother than yours. Like I couldn't have imagined of living that many years on the way. Well done.
No, I am so proud that I have such a courageous mother. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been here.
I know your sister was quite active in the youth centre with Southeast Link. So she was introduced to lifesaving by Southeast Link. How did you become familiar with the word lifesaving?
They became surf lifesavers, and then, well, they had so many meetings, so young and so many meetings. Every day they had a meeting. Every day they had a meeting. And obviously, because they couldn't drive and my mom wouldn't let them walk, somebody had to pick them up and drop them. And on one of those pickup drop events, I met David Holland from LSD. And back then I used to work as an admin officer somewhere and hated my job, hated it so much. And I had a chat with David, and he was like, why don't you be like, do you know how to swim? And I was like, yeah. He was like, why don't you become a pool lifeguard? I was like, oh, sounds like a nice job. It's better than sitting behind a computer for 8 hours a day. And David organized all the courses and all that, and then I became a lifeguard.
Awesome. Well, where are you working at the moment?
So at the moment, I work at a lot of places, but like swimming pool wise, I started from Dandenong Oasis, and I'm still there.
I'm curious about your uniform that you are wearing today. It's very attractive. Why don't you just explain a little bit, tell me more about your uniform?
Okay, so obviously, I work for Ambulance Victoria as a first responder in like regional areas. You're sort of like a first aider, and you back up a paramedic.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a paramedic, then
assistant sort of thing.
Yeah, something like that. But if you don't have, because in rural areas, sometimes help can be hours away.
Yeah.
At least they could do the CPR and like get people patched up until the ambulance arrives, or like, more help arrives and all that. Like I said, I met David and he introduced me to being a pool lifeguard. And then David came back to me after a year.
Yeah.
He would generally come in like inside in the pool, and because he had so many meetings there, and we would chat. And like after a year, he was like, Emma, I'm running this course with Ambulance Victoria. Are you interested? And then I thought about it. I was like, yeah, sure. He was like, well, like I have an introduction session like this time. Do you want to come in and have like listen and see if you like it or if you're interested? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Because I was thinking, what's so bad about listening to somebody?
Yeah.
And then I went to that meeting. I came out from that meeting and I was like, well, that looks, because I was so lost for so long. I was lost, and I wanted to go to uni, study something, become something, but I was so lost. And then I came out of that meeting room and I was like, maybe like, I could continue my career and like actually start my career from here.
Yeah.
So the process and all that was a bit long, and it's been 1 year since I've started, and I like my job. I love my job.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you met David Holden, who's now my manager.
That day, if I hadn't met David, I would have still been an admin officer somewhere, around Melbourne, and probably wouldn't have been happy from my job or my life.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Saying yes to David both times were the best things that like happened in my life.
So considering your pathway program, considering where you are today, what are some advice that you would give to people, the new arrivals, people like you, to become a leader? What sort of advice would you give them?
Like, I would say yes. Say yes to opportunities. Don't wait.
Okay, yeah.
It wouldn't harm anyone if you go and listen.
Yeah.
Go and listen and try it. Like, try everything. Become, a lifeguard, a police officer. You don't like it, that's fine. You can move on, do something else, but give it a try and say yes. And somewhere along the line you'll end up somewhere where you like. But
exactly.
Say yes to opportunities.
Yeah. Awesome. Just one last thing. how's life now? How do you feel now where you are today?
I'm happy where I am.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was so lost for so long. Now, when I look ahead, I can see a path.
Yeah.
It would take me some time, but I can get to where I want to, and I
Yeah.
can see where I want to go.
Oh, look, I'll tell you who you should thank. You should thank yourself. It wouldn't have been possible without you committing and providing yourself those sort of opportunities and stepping out of your comfort zone and being a community leader, being a very inspirational character within your culture, within your community. So well done. I think you should definitely give yourself some credit.
Thank you so much, Ramsey.
Just one last thing. Where do you see yourself in coming years? Probably let's say 5 years. Where do you see yourself?
As a full paramedic somewhere in Southeast Melbourne, probably.
Awesome. Well, we wish you all the very best of luck, and we know that you can do it.
Thank you.